welcome back to my channel. If you saw my previous video, because I decided I was going to post 2 videos this week, if you saw this one, then you know I just gave you guys my top 10 physical books that are my absolute favorites, and it was only a book video. All I did was sit down and talk to you guys. I didn't make anything, I didn't read anything, I didn't even give any reactions. So this video, we're going to be making granny squares based on these 10 books, and then we're going to turn those granny squares into a bag, because I don't have a bag, so why not make one? Why not? And then I can walk around my campus and people can be like, oh, your bag's so cute, like how'd you pick out the colors? And I can be like, oh, they're based on my top 10 physical books in my bookshelf. Like, I love reading, I love crochet, I made it. Like, I can make you one. Do you want my business card? Like, you know the whole shebang. I get to talk about books and crochet in one thing, so why not? I feel like it'd be the most fun ever, because I don't really do challenges. I do basic challenges with you guys, so this is me trying to step out of my box and do something more fun. And we're gonna make a tote bag based on my top 10 favorite books. So I'm gonna pick the colors. We're gonna pick the first book. I'm gonna go in the same order with the books that I went in this video that I just posted, and yeah, we're gonna get into that. So let me go get the colors and we'll get started. Got all of our colors picked out, and I have our first book. Our first book is They Both Die at the End, and as you can see, the cover is lots of blues, black, white. Very simple, very easy. So for our colors, we have black, white, and then we have the dark blue and the light blue to match the cover. These are the colors we're working with for our first granny square, and I am aware it is only 4 colors and granny squares have 5, but neither here nor there. We'll get there when we get there. Here's the book, here's the colors we're using, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get right on with the granny square. I'm going to do 2 granny squares per book because there's 10 books, and that means that I can have 5 granny squares on each panel, but each panel can have a granny square that matches the other panel. So yeah, there's gonna be 2, there's gonna be 10 in total, and I'll just like fill in the spaces around it. I have a vision in my head, but I don't really know how to explain that to you guys, so you'll just have to see it when the bag is like lined up for me to sew it together, so you can see the vision that I have. But yeah, here's our first book, here's our colors, and I'll come back to you guys when the granny square is done and we're working on the second one to give you those colors and that book. It's way later in the day. It's 5:15 right now, but I finally finished the granny squares for They Both Die at the End. This is what they look like. They're just white, and then the blues, the black, and white again, because I only had 4 colors, so I had to repeat my center color. But I think they matched the book pretty well. Like, I think I really like those together. I like those a lot. But we finished these. Those are done. It did not take me hours to finish this. It's just the fact that I was taking breaks to like get my colors together and crochet and then take a break. I kind of have a headache now, I'm not even gonna lie, but I am gonna continue and keep pushing through this. So now we're going on to our second book, which is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. For these colors, I picked out white again, obviously, because the cover is mainly white. And then I got this brown color, which down there on the stem of the flower, got the brown. And then from there, I have purple to go with the light purple on around the edges. Light blue to go with the blue on the edges. And then I got the dark blue that I just used for They Both Die at the End, because I don't have a bluey purple or like an indigo like that, and my purple is too bright, vibrant purple, like regular purple. And this blue, I was like, okay, well, it's still dark, so it's close enough, because it is like a dark bluey purple. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like that is my thought process. I was like, okay, it's close enough. So that's what we got. Yeah, we got all our nice little colors right here. We got our book. I'm gonna continue watching my YouTube, and I'll be back when the 2 granny squares for this one are done, and we're going on to the next book. Hopefully this goes by much faster, but having to like pause after I make the squares to pick out the colors for the next book is kind of eating up a lot of time, but it's okay because I'm still gonna power through. We're gonna get it done. We finished the first 2, on to the next 2. I'll be back, guys. Again, it is much later. It's 7 o'clock, but I finished the granny squares for Long Shot. Here they are next to the book. I think I did really good on these. Like, I love them. I love them. They're so stinking cute. I love them. But since those are done, that means we are on to our third book, which is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. For this book, the colors I picked are obviously white, light pink. I don't have that exact shade, but I do have a shade that's close to it. Then the blue. I don't have teal, so we're using the lightest blue I have, which is Arctic Ice, which is super, super light, but I don't have teal, so I'm working with what I have. That's gonna be our teal. And then we have black for the tires, because that's another main color in the cover, and red for Nick's truck. I don't have the exact shade, but close enough. So here we are. Here's our colors. I'm going to get started on this granny square, and I'll come back to you guys when that is done. Hopefully I finish them a lot faster than I've been finishing the other two, because I keep finishing and then I take breaks in between, so it takes forever. But we're gonna get started on this. Here's our colors. Hopefully it doesn't take forever, and I'll come back when they're done. So hi, it's late again. It's 8 o'clock. I finished the granny squares for the do-over. Here they are, our lovely squares. I think I did pretty good on this for not having the exact colors. I do think that they matched pretty well. I like them. As you can see, I got really comfortable in my bed, you guys. We're not gonna talk about it. So yeah, I finished these, which means now it's time for our next book, which is Light Lark by Alex Astor. For this book, the colors I picked, obviously, black, obviously, and then red, and then for the words up top, I have this for that yellowy lighter color, and then this for the darker color, which, like, I know that's gold, but I don't have gold. So we have these two for the word Light Lark, and then white because of that little bit right. Is that white? Yes, it's white. Okay. I can't tell on camera. It looks silver, but white for that little bit right there and the little bit in the flower. And so yeah, those are the colors. Let me show you guys once again if I can pick them up. Here's our colors. Here's our book. Gonna get started on this, and I'll come back to you guys again when it's finished. And with my luck, it'll be 9 o'clock or 10, because obviously I can't get this done any quicker. But here we are, book 4, Light Lark, Alex Astor. I'll come back when it's done. As you probably could have guessed, it is later. It's 9:17. I'm starting to get sleepy and burnt out because I have been filming since like 1 o'clock this afternoon. So that's 8 hours of filming and crocheting, and I'm tired. But anyways, we finished the granny squares for Light Lark. Here's our squares. I think these look really good too. I think they really match the book, like with the two colors for the letters to switch out, and then the red and the black. I think I did really, really well on these, and they are finished, which means that we are on to our next book and our next granny squares, which next book is Nightbane by Alex Astor. And for this book, I picked white, obviously, because there's the smoke. So we got white for that. And then we have gray because the smoke kind of shifts into gray. Then we have light blue, and then I don't have the exact dark blue in the middle, but I do have a dark blue that kind of matches it, and obviously black for the main color. I'm gonna get started on this once again, and I'll see you guys after it is done. I'm probably gonna make these last 2 squares and call it a night, because so far I've done 4 books, so I have 8. Yeah, I have 8 right here, plus the last 2 is gonna be 10, and then we'll do the other 5 books tomorrow in the morning when I have some energy and I'm not completely drained, because watching these clips, my energy is slowly going down each clip. But yeah, we're gonna get started on these, and I'll come back to you guys when they are finished. And I'll decide between now and then if I'm gonna move on to the next book or if I'm just gonna start them in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It is Saturday and it's 9:21 in the morning. Last night I did in fact finish our squares for the first to die at the end. These are squares. I think they match really well. I really like these ones, and I like that you can tell them apart from they both die at the end because there's gray in this and there's not gray in the first ones. But since those are done, that means we're on to our next book, which is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. For this book, I picked, starting with our main color, obviously a light pink. And from there, we have yellow, and then light purple for the hearts, white for the chessboard and the chess pieces, and black for the other board and other pieces. So, gonna get started on this. I will come back to you guys when these squares are finished and we're on to our next book. Keep in mind though, this is book number 6. Yeah, this is book number, no, this is number 7. This is book 7. So after this one, we only have 3 books left, you guys, and then I can sew the bag together and this video will be over. But I'm gonna get started on this and I'll come back to y'all when these squares are finished and we're on to the next book. It's 10:20, but I finished the granny squares for Check and Mate. Here's our squares. I think they match pretty well, super cute, which means that's done. So on to our next book, which is right here, King of Wrath by Anna Huang. This is book, what, 7? No, this is 8. Book 8, and then we have 9 and 10. So this is book 8. For this one, I picked this for the brown gold color, obviously, and then yellow, and then from there we have white, obviously, a burgundy color for the gem on the ring, and gray for the diamonds on the ring because I needed 5 colors. So I picked out those few right there, and we're gonna get started on these granny squares, and then when these ones are done, we're gonna move on to book 9, and then we'll only have 2 books left and we can start sewing the bag. So I'm gonna do these and I'll come back to y'all when they're finished. So it is 11:30. Making these squares is taking so long, and I really think it's just the fact that I have to switch colors so many times, but that's not what you're here for. I'm back filming, which means that we finished the granny squares for King of Wrath. And let me show you our squares. This is what they look like. Yep, I think I did pretty well on these. I think they really match. I wish that I would have did maybe like switch the yellow and the bronze, but other than that, I think it's okay. I feel like it'll grow on me because the more I look at it, the more I'm like, okay, it's good, it's good. So yeah, we finished these 2, which means that now we're on to our next book, book number 9, which is Hooked. For this book, I have the basic colors. Obviously, we have black, gray, a lighter gray, red, and white. And I'm gonna get started on this. Hopefully this doesn't take me too long. This is book number 9, so once we finish this, we'll be on book 10, which is our last book. But I'll come back to you when these are done and we're ready to start book 10. It is 12:22 and we have finished the granny squares for Hooked. I really like these ones too. Like, I think I did really well on those. I think I did pretty good. I really like these, and add those to our ever-growing stack. So now we're at 18 squares, and we can start book number 10, which is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. For this book, I picked black. Again, there's so much. I've used black in basically every square. Pink, again, orange, light blue, and white. And again, white has been in basically every single granny square. But this is our last book. This is book number 10. So we're about to make squares number 19 and 20. And then I'll come back to you guys when this is done. I'm going to show you all of the squares. I'll probably have them lined up with how I plan to sew them. And then we can sew it together. I can show you guys the finished product. So I'll be back when these are done. I'm actually so excited to see how this turns out. I think it's going to be so great, so fun. I've had such a good time making these. So I'll be back. Hi guys, I'm standing in this clip because we finished the last 2 squares for icebreaker. Let me show y'all this really quick, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm standing in this clip instead of sitting on my bed. So here's our book and here's our squares. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Now, the reason I'm standing in this clip and not sitting on my bed is because my bed has been taken over with all of the squares and all of the books that they are based on. So I'm really excited. It's so beautiful to look at. Like, it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I'm about to turn the camera so you guys can see all of the squares together, and then I'm going to get them lined up for how I want the bag to be, and then we're gonna sew it together. But for now, I'm gonna show you the squares, and then I'll come back and show you the layout I have planned. Guys, these are all of our finished squares next to their cohesive books. I think that this is like absolutely amazing. This is so pleasing to look at. I love it. Like, I really, really love it. And yeah, these are all of our finished squares all together. Now I'm going to plan my layout for how I want to sew the bag together and show you guys that. Then we're going to sew it together and I'll show you the finished product. There are lots of planning and rearranging. This is my first panel. This is the second panel. We're going to sew all of these together and then connect them on the sides. However, we still have the icebreaker squares left over, and I don't really want to make them pockets on the front of the bag because then they kind of take away from the rest of it. Like, they kind of block it. So I'm thinking take these 2 and just make it into like a pouch to go inside the bag. I don't know. I really don't know what to do with these 2, but I know I want it to have all of the squares. So I don't know, we may turn this into a pouch or a wallet or something, or incorporate it somehow, some way. I may have like these 2 here and then like a white square and have that be the bottom of the bag. I don't really know yet. I'm gonna go ahead and sew these together, and while I'm sewing these, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do for these, because I honestly have no clue, but I really want to incorporate all of them. So I don't know. I'll come back to you guys when these 2 panels are sewn together and I've decided what to do with these 2. Then I can show you the finished product. So yeah, I'll be back. Just let me figure this out first. This is just me popping in with a quick update because the sun is starting to set, you guys. I didn't realize it was gonna take me this long to sew it up. It's taking a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Let me show you what I have done so far. This is where we are so far. This is the first half. This is the bottom. And then we're in the middle of connecting the second panel. It's looking like she's gonna be a little long, but I do have a vision. I want like the icebreaker squares and the white square in the middle to be the bottom, and then I'll just make the side thick enough to match it, or I may just slip stitch it and fold them in half. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out when I get there, but this is how we're looking so far. I will come back when I'm finished, because after the square, the check and mate square, we only have 5 more left. So I'm gonna get all of those connected, and then I'll come back when I've decided what I'm gonna do for the bottom, and I have the strap and everything's all sewn and put together. I'll show you the final product, and then we'll be done with this video. So I'll see y'all guys in probably another hour or 2. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, bye. Guys, it is 6:30. But we got to our last square. the very last square we have to sew on. Then I can make the strap. So this is how we're looking right now. It's our last square. I'm gonna sew this on and then I'm gonna do the strap. I still haven't decided whether or not I'm going to sew up the side and fold the bottom or have the bottom be like a little platform piece. I don't really know yet because I feel like if I just like, let me just show you guys. Okay, so folded in half like that, I feel like it's too long. I feel like it's too long to be a regular tote bag if it's just like, but I guess it's really not because you can just have it like hang down with the strap. I don't know, I may leave it folded like this, just long and just there, or I may have the bottom be like a platform piece so it's more like 9x9 with that support on the bottom, but then you wouldn't be able to see the icebreaker squares. So I genuinely don't know. I'm thinking that I'm just gonna fold it and just let it be long because a long tote bag has never hurt anybody. I need a big bag anyways to hold all my yarn and my books and my calculators and all my class stuff. So yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm just gonna leave it long. Like, it's just gonna be long. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be big and bulky and long because your girl is tired. I'm tired of sewing. And then that means once I sew the last square, I can just sew both sides, add a strap, call it a night. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attach the last square and then we're just gonna sew the sides up and be done with it. So I'll come back when it's actually finished. I don't know if that's gonna be tonight. It may be tomorrow because I know it's gonna take me a while to sew the sides up and make the strap. But I'll come back to you guys when that's done. It may be tomorrow in the morning. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, bye. You guys, we finished the bag and it's not the next morning. It is actually 9:02 p.m. I finished the bag. Let me just, I decided to make it a flap over like a messenger bag because they're the same and I wanted all of my squares to show. So there's the icebreaker ones, but like, what? Like, throw it on the shoulder. Let me actually point this down. But like, stepping back, it hangs down. It's so stinking cute. Like, I'm actually in love with this. Oh, I fear we might have ate with this one. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, you guys, I literally want to scream. I want to scream. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this. I'm probably gonna carry this to my classes tomorrow. I love this. It's so stinking cute. It's literally so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I made it big enough to where I can carry it as a crossbody and it still sits on my waist even if I wear it this way. Like, you guys, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is the first bag I've made and this turned out amazing. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot get over it. Oh my gosh, oh my god, this is so stinking cool. But yeah, the bag is finished, which means we've made it to the end of this video. I'm actually so glad I made this in 2 days. This didn't even take that long. But yeah, we made it to the end because the bag is finished. I had so much fun making this. It was kind of stressful sewing it together, I'm not even gonna lie, and trying to figure out how I was gonna do the bag. I was kind of stressed out, but in the end it did turn out being super fun. I really enjoyed it and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you made it this far, comment this emoji because we made a bag. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one. I'm gonna link all of my socials and my shops in the description in case you guys want to follow me or shop any of my crochet work. This is probably getting posted on my website tomorrow. And yeah, that's all for this video. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Love you. Have a good day.